Well, hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing phenomenal. It is Friday. Fridays always feel good, don't they?
Of course.
Yeah, they're great.
February 23rd.
Yes.
Friday.
2018.
Yep.
We got to prove that it's live, right? And
correct.
We'll put up the fancy new title now.
Ooh, nice. That means I'm Leanne Thompson.
And I'm John Hunt. So welcome to our Facebook Live, our daily show called myOrganized.life Live. Now this is the show where we give you organizing tips, advice. We get your feedback and questions. More importantly, we want to hear from you as the community. In fact, right now, put in the comments where you are watching from today live, or if you're watching even on the replay, you can go ahead and put in the comments of where you are at.
So, or just say hi.
Just say hi.
Just say hi.
We're trying to get you to like share this and
engage.
Talk about it.
Get engaged.
I mean, that's what social media is all about, right? Trying to engage what's going on. So anyway, well, today on Friday we have...
Speaking of engagement, it's our blogger roundup.
Oh, okay.
I'm not engaged. I'm already married. So you thought you had a look on your face.
No,
like...
well, I was trying to set you up for...
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, speaking of Fridays, and you go, engaged. I'm going, what is that all about? But anyway.
Anyway, so engagement, social media, blogs.
What's going on in the blogosphere? You know, everyone's really busy, swamped. So we are going to help you by going out and scouring the blogosphere for great organizing articles.
Right. That's what we do on Fridays on this show. We go into different blogs, see what people are talking about, and then share. Yeah.
And you know, if you have a blog or you know of one you really love reading, go ahead and put it in the comments, because you know, we probably look at 30, 40 different blogs on a weekly basis, try to take the best of, you know, or some of the things that we believe the organizing community would like.
Yeah.
And many of the bloggers that we follow and share with on this show also will be on this show as well.
Yes.
But if you, there's always that gem that's kind of
the hidden gem.
The hidden gem that we want to discover.
Yeah.
Bring them onto the big screen, right?
Yeah, the big screen.
That would be good. So anyway, so we're gonna talk about these articles. As we're talking about the topics, we want to make this a conversation as well. So if you maybe struggle in this area, or if you have some tips on it, go ahead and put those in the comments as well, because it's kind of like an open line. And at the end, you know, we can answer any questions people have. And,
try our best to answer questions.
Yeah,
Might need to leave it to the pros, but we can pretend.
Well, let's. Should we get started?
Sure. Yep.
Who is number one?
First one we have is the Shauna Method. That's her blog, and her name is Shauna Turner. She's one of our go-to organizers. We've had her on our podcast a handful of times, right?
Yes, we have.
So in her latest blog post, she talks about sorting paper, and I think it's mainly about the stacks of paper that accumulate maybe on your kitchen counter or your bill-paying station, paper that you just can't get to, or you kind of just feel overwhelmed and you basically don't know where to start. So she kind of talks about, you know, it just gets piled up, and she has a little system.
Right.
And
well, did you happen to mention that where they can find this?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Her blog is the Shauna Method.
The Shauna Method.
Yep.
So she's got her own method. I mean, that's something that's pretty impressive, right?
With her own name on it.
I'll put the screenshot up of it again, too, so people can take a look at that. TheShaunaMethod.com.
S-E-A-N-A is how you spell her name, Shauna.
Yeah.
S-E-A-N-A.
That's great.
Right.
So so these are tips, right?
Correct. These are, it's kind of a system, kind of tips, but kind of all rolled into one. So she basically says, to start off, gather all your paper that needs to be sorted. Just grab it all and go to create a station. You need kind of a sorting station. You know, people have those gift wrap stations.
Right.
I don't. I wish I had one, but
yes.
You need just a paper sorting station. And she suggests getting containers. You need a container for filing, a container for shredding, a folder labeled to file, an empty hanging folder with some tabs on it to maybe do some labeling down the road, a folder labeled follow-up, a pen, and Post-it notes, which I think everyone probably needs a pen and Post-it notes at all times.
Well,
they're just good to have.
Yeah, I mean, you know, something to write those little notes on, right?
So she says, bring the paper to your station and then just start going through it. So if it needs to be shredded, if it's out of date or whatnot, put it in the to shred pile. The to file, obviously, is if you need it later, if you're going to have to reference it at a different time, put it in your to file container. Then there's the follow-up one, and this one is key because if it's something that you have to do, say, I don't know, fill out a form and send it back, or whatever it may be. When you have 3 of those in your, say you have a stack of 10 papers and you
Follow up.
Right. Well, she says stop when you get to the 3rd.
Oh, okay.
So if you have an action item, you have to stop no matter where you are in your process, because if you get more than 3 action items in your pile, that's just going to cause you more anxiety and stress, and you may not get to it as quickly, or it might just you just might get too overwhelmed.
Well,
so
I think it's the old rule: you can only do so much.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So she says, for sure, stop when you get to 3 and do those action items.
Okay.
So if it's fill out a form and send it back, get that form filled out and put it, put a stamp on it and set it by the mailbox or whatever you need to do. So that is just her one key takeaway for this. And then let's see, just if you have more that you have to keep going on, just keep going. Label something if there's more than just a simple form, if you have to bring it to work and scan it or whatever you need to do, write a Post-it note on it, put it on that piece of paper and set it aside so you're going to know to do that.
Okay, that's a great
so,
system.
Right, so those are kind of her basic system. There's a lot more detail in this article.
Yep.
Those are just the highlights.
Okay, theshaunamethod.com. I'll put up the screen shot one more time so you can see that. And we're going to have her coming up in a podcast, I think, in several weeks from now.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
Stay tuned for that. We've also done, one of my favorite podcasts was the three-legged stool.
Right.
Organizing. It's a great analogy, but so you can go to smead.com/podcast and just type in Shauna Turner.
Yep, you
and
can find all of
you
her
can find the
podcasts.
podcast that she's done as well.
She also did at the beginning of the year day-to-day organizing thing.
Yeah.
It was all YouTube video related, so if you go to her blog, you could find that too. It was
Right.
pretty interesting to watch all of her little clips.
Great. Okay. So let's move on to our next one.
Next one, we have our friends at Organizers Northwest.
Yes, Missy Gerber
and
Veronica Bishop.
Veronica.
Yes,
They've both done podcasts with us.
Yes, they have.
Organizers Northwest is their business. They are located out in Seattle area, right?
Yeah, right.
So they are doing a room-by-room organizing challenge, and it's a month-to-month thing. It sounds like it just started this month,
Yeah.
February. So the first room they started with is the bathroom.
Okay, so they're going to do like 1 month or one room per month.
Per month, yes.
Okay.
So it's not going to take all month. I
Yeah.
don't think people would choose to
Yeah.
organize the bathroom all month, but maybe they want to do multiple.
By the way, if you look at the original podcast we did with Missy Gerber,
Oh yeah, I know what you're going to
they
say.
used to have their office on a boat.
They still might, do they?
No, I think they moved.
okay.
They finally moved out of the boat, but
Because Missy lives on a boat,
yeah.
her
So
houseboat.
when you do room by room organizing, think about doing it in a boat. But
And
that's
you wouldn't call it the bathroom, you'd call it the head
yeah.
on the boat.
Yeah, or the galley. No, the galley.
The galley's the kitchen.
Is the kitchen, right? Okay, I gotta get
Yes.
my nautical terms right.
Right.
Okay, we digress.
Yes,
back to
this.
So
Okay.
bathroom. I think that's like the one. I know in our household, the bathroom is like if it's not clean, Mrs. Hunt is not very happy.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's kind of, you want a clean bathroom.
You want a clean bathroom.
And you want it organized, and
Right.
those things kind of pile up in the bathroom, the expired cosmetics,
Everything.
or everything is
Well, it
just,
gets used every day, several
Right.
times a day, so it's a very high traffic area.
Yep.
Right.
So they say this is going to take you 2 hours. So you only need 2 hours. So get up Saturday morning and just do it. So first step is to gather the like items
Okay.
and have some boxes ready. So label a box, cosmetics, first aid, and then a garbage bag. You need a garbage bag, of course.
Right.
You're going to always need a garbage bag. So they just say sort all of your stuff that you have. Make sure to get rid of anything that's expired, which includes makeup or prescriptions. I didn't realize this, but you can take prescriptions to the police station and they can dispose of them for
okay.
you safely rather
That's
than
great.
just tossing them aside.
Great. What else do they take there? A
don't
lot of
know.
other stuff we need to
Yeah,
get
no
rid
kidding.
of too.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode. Right?
Yes, yep. So just gather everything, get every single drawer and cupboard clear so there's nothing left in there. So once you do that, then it's time to scrub.
Okay.
And they say take 30 minutes to scrub every surface, shower, faucets, inside the drawers, inside the cupboards, everything, because if you go to put the stuff back and it isn't wiped down, it wouldn't feel complete, I don't think. So just they recommend warm soapy water, maybe some Murphy's oil soap, and scrub it down. and let it air dry. Once it's dry, you put everything back in, but not before you go through it one more time.
One more time.
Because maybe once you did the first go through, as you're putting stuff back, you might realize, oh, I really don't use this that much. So maybe it shouldn't be taking up valuable space on your countertop or even in your drawer, because I mean, most bathrooms don't have an abundance of space to work with.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, they just say, keep the stuff you use daily at a fingertips reach, so it's always right there, and the other stuff just
But
tuck
we can
it away.
do that in 30 minutes, right? We feel confident that 30 minutes
That's
is
what they
how
say.
long. Okay.
And
good.
I trust them.
Missy, we're holding you to that
And
30
Veronica.
minutes. And Veronica, too. Otherwise, you'll be accountable to us.
That's
on
right.
that.
Yep.
Okay.
And I guess, yeah, that's kind of it. So basically, organize, scrub, put away. Just make sure you discard stuff that you're not using.
Okay, great. All right, so we'll move on to our next one, which is actually a couple of articles, right?
Yeah, it's kind of two in one, I guess.
Two in one,
This
okay.
is from Simply Placed, our friend Debbie Rosemont.
Yes.
Her business is called It's Simply Placed.
Yes.
And this is called The Truth About Multitasking and Productivity.
Uh-oh. Do I
So-
want to hear about this one or not?
I don't know.
I've been
Maybe.
accused before that I
Yeah, you multitask
can't,
around me.
But I can't. I've also been told that I can't multitask.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can either.
See,
Because I'll walk into your office and you'll be on your phone. I'm trying to talk to you, and you'll still be texting, and you're pretting you're listening,
well,
but
that's
you're.
the
I
way
know
my
you're not.
kids- That's the way my kids are.
I know,
You know,
but-
yeah, sure, I'm listening to you. Sure, whatever you say. Right. Well, what was crazy during the Olympics the other day? They were. I mean, my one daughter, I think, had 3 different screens going at one time. She had her iPad, she had her phone, she's watching the Olympics. You know, it's like,
Yeah, she's like those
Wow.
photographers on the sidelines of games that have like 3 cameras and they're
Yeah.
all ready with their different lenses.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Anyway, back to the
What
multitasking.
is the truth about multitasking and productivity, according to Debbie?
That our brains are not meant to do it,
Okay.
because it takes too much brain power to try to do different tasks, and you're losing focus on your main task if you're trying to text while someone's talking to you.
Yeah.
You can't fully understand. That's why we don't have our phones out here,
Yeah.
because we're trying to talk to our people.
Right.
And if we have our text
Yeah, sooner or
messages
later,
coming up.
we can vocalize. I will be able to vocalize. Hey Siri, put a comment there in the comment box.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not.
Anyway, so they say if you switching from task to task, you can lose. You could take up to like 15 minutes
Okay.
to get back to what you were doing. So if
yeah.
you're on a project, shut your email notifications off, turn your phone upside down or whatever, so you're not seeing the text light up or your email ding.
Yeah.
Because every time you turn away and pick up your phone or check an email or even answer a coworker's question, getting back to that project at hand can take you a long time, and then you're just not being productive.
Right.
And so, how can you stop multitasking?
How can you stop multitasking?
Well,
Glad I asked that question, right?
you need to focus.
Okay.
So, like I said, eliminate your distractions, close your door,
Mm-hmm.
turn your phone off, email away, maybe put a do not disturb sign up if you don't have a door.
Right.
All those little things can just, you just won't believe how much more
Right.
you can get done.
You know, we do have a podcast with Cal Newport, who is an author of the book called Deep Work, and he talks about the concept of taking really focused time away and shutting off everything and getting all your distractions done. And if you can do that for several hours a week, you can get a lot done.
And someone also mentioned a while ago, they don't recommend opening up your email right away in the first
Yeah.
part of the day.
Set your Outlook calendar to come up as calendar instead of email.
Right.
Because you open it up, okay, there's my calendar or my task list,
Yep.
but not the email, because then you start getting sucked right into the
Right,
email.
just have set time blocks that
Yeah.
you're going to open up your email, and
Yeah.
that can be your project at hand.
Absolutely.
And so I think that was kind of
Yeah.
it
that
for
was a
that
good
one. Yeah.
All right, so next we have our friend,
Another Deb,
another Deb Lee.
Deb Lee.
Yes.
Her website is dallisonlee.com.
Yes.
And her little post this week, actually it was from last week, but it's still relevant. Fact Friday, work at home if you want to be happier at work.
Oh.
I don't think that's true for me. I couldn't do the show from home.
Now
Just
today
kidding.
we had 5 inches of snow in Minnesota.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to work at home.
Right, right.
But a lot of times you're in a job situation, like we couldn't do this unless we were both virtual,
Right.
right? So you got to be someplace live.
Yeah.
But, no, I totally relate to that, and I've had situations in the past where I've been able to work at home, and it's been nice.
Right.
You got to be disciplined too. So,
And I think that would be my problem. I like the person-to-person
Yes,
interaction.
and
But
you also like Oprah, right? So you'd be watching a little TV at the same time.
well, Oprah's not
By
on
the way,
anymore.
Deb
But
Lee was on Oprah on the show. Remember that?
no, they were on Ellen.
Oh, Ellen. Okay.
Her and Kim Oser were on
Yes,
Ellen.
all right.
Anyway.
Shout out to Kim and Deb. They were on Ellen's show.
Okay. Let's see. It's time for Fact Friday. Would you be surprised to learn that you might feel happier at work if you spent more time working at home?
Okay.
Okay, so
It's a good question to ask.
it's saying workers who spend some time working remotely were more, they actually had higher engagement, which I don't know how that really works, but I think they are just getting more done at home, and then when they go to work, they're kind of ready to just kind of be focused.
I think, having done some work at home before, when you don't have, again, it gets back to those distractions.
Right.
Yeah, people can still call you, text you, but if you have some of that turned off and you're just focused in on the work, you can get a lot more done.
And she does say there's tips for staying productive while you're at home.
Let's hear some of those tips.
Some of the tips are, actually, you have to get up. So you have to get out of bed.
Oh.
You can't just
you
snooze
can't be doing your creative time on your
pillow?
pillow?
No.
Okay.
So you have to get up. She recommends getting dressed. Don't stay in your pajamas.
Okay.
You'll just feel a sense of...
I know how that feels, yeah.
Making a list. So make a list of what you need to get done and set up shop.
Okay.
So find a dedicated spot in your house to bring your computer.
Yeah, I like that
not
idea.
just kind of floating around.
Well, it's kind of your office space. You can, you always say it'd be great to walk 5 feet down the hallway to work.
Yep.
So I totally relate to that. That's great.
Ignore the mess. And I think this is also what I would have a problem with. You're supposed to ignore your laundry, ignore the kitchen, the dishwasher, because you're still at home to work.
Right.
And my problem would be like, oh yeah, I could just quickly do a load of laundry, and then
5
that
minutes
would
here,
go
10
to
minutes
cleaning the
here.
bathroom,
Yeah,
and then pretty soon it's
It's
lunchtime,
4:30,
and time to get
Time
going.
to get going on work, yeah.
So ignore the mess, and then use an app if you're if you're easily distracted. So that could be setting a timer, and just to help keep you focused.
Right.
And then the last one is actually to stop working. So some people keep working even if they're at home because they can't do the stop when it's time to stop working and time to start home life. But you actually have to stop working at some point.
Yeah. That's really key.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's our roundup for the week.
That's our roundup.
Again, if you have any bloggers or organizing articles that you want to put to our attention that we can share with the community here, that would be great.
Right.
We'd love to see them. You can put those in the comments. And wow, it's the end of the week.
Our first week.
Yeah, I know.
How did we do?
We did very well.
Okay.
I think it's been going pretty good. We're not really promoting this right now. It's kind of all organic.
Yeah.
But
this is a soft launch to our
soft launch.
Audience that is watching.
Yeah, but I think we've already had around 1,500 to 2,000 views.
That's good.
Just with absolutely not even telling you, we just kind of came on and say, "Oh, I wonder if anyone's
we are."
watching." We had someone from Australia on the first day.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. And we've seen some of our friends, organizer friends, pop in and out, which is great to see.
Yeah,
and
it is fun.
We'll have more of them. Speaking of, next week it's filing week.
Filing week.
Yes, we're going to talk about setting up an effective filing system,
which is one of our most go-to articles on our
articles,
website.
Yeah, and we've done podcasts on it. We'll have Louise Kurzika is going to be on next week with us, and
part 2 of our podcast with Julie Bestry.
Yes, Julie Bestry, how to organize someone who's got a chronic or extended illness, whether it's you or someone in your family. So we got part 2 of that podcast. We're releasing the podcast now on Wednesdays live right here on Facebook. So check that out, 2 p.m. Central Time. That's 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific. And we'll have another Solutions Thursday where we'll talk about probably to go along with the concept of how to set up a file system. Maybe
I think that's the plan.
Talk about, did you realize how many different kinds of file folders there are? There's file folders for just about every kind of purpose. So we'll go over what some of the differences are.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'll be fun.
People may not know. They think file folder is just
a manila. Right.
They don't. There's lots of them. We have over 1,500 different products.
Yes, it's a lot.
It's a lot, but a lot of different kinds of folders. We'll talk about
a lot of different way to cut paper.
Yeah, fold and glue and
fold
cut
and glue
paper.
and cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, those little gears right there are actually replicas from.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
No.
I thought you were going to say they actually are. They're actually paper too.
Yeah, that
Those aren't real.
Those aren't real, but they're replicas made from one of our actual machines.
Yep.
So if you wondered what the inside of a paper, I don't know if it's a cutter or a gluer or a folder, but the gears that keep the shop working here.
Actually, this whole studio
Yes.
is made up from
Yeah.
stuff from the production floor.
Oh yes, and this table right here, we're going to save that story.
Okay, all right. But this
a great
press,
story.
this press was
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
This used to be something for in the manufacturing area.
It
A
is
work
fun.
table. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
So anyway, we'll go behind the
Who
scenes
knew
on some
so
of that
much
stuff.
excitement could come out of
Yes, a
paper?
manufacturing
Yeah.
facility, right? But we'll take you behind the scenes. That's all part of this show coming up in the next several weeks. I
Right.
mean, we're going to try to do this every day, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
You know, vacations, someone's sick or whatever. We may not be here every day, but we're certainly going to try.
Yep.
We'll give it our best. So
I think so.
All right. Well, that's about it. We will see you on Monday.
Have a
2
good
p.m.
weekend.
Central. Yeah. Have a great weekend. And thank you for joining us for myOrganized.life. Bye.